Hey y'all, it's me. It's your girl, the real deal, Anita's Gifts Reaction Channel. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Are we gonna talk about Charlotte Sena? That's the 9-year-old girl who was abducted and she found by Craig Ross. And he wrote a letter to the family, and I'm not want to get into that letter because he don't stay too far from them. Now look, 9-year-old Charlotte Center was found alive Monday evening, and a suspect in her abduction was arrested after police tracked him to a camper's trailer at a property in Milton, according to state police. Okay, now law enforcement sources had told the Time Union that the suspect, 46-year-old Craig N. Ross Jr., allegedly left a ransom note at Charlotte Perry's house before dawn on Monday, and that fingerprint on that note helped lead to his arrest. Now, your fingerprints are very important. Yes, he put it in their mailbox. So, what happened was Monday night, they had a news conference with the state police that Ross had dropped the ransom note in the mailbox, okay, in the family residence uh, around 4:20 a.m. On that Monday, okay. So he watching them, and they don't even know he watching them, okay. So the state trooper recovered the note after Ross left the area. At about 2 o'clock p.m. on Monday, a fingerprint on the note was matched to fingerprint from Ross arrested in Saratoga Springs in 1999 was driving while intoxication. Okay, the governor said there is no indication yet that Ross had any connection to the girl's family. We don't know yet, y'all. Okay, so we ain't gonna say that right now. I know that's what y'all thinking. Okay. Uh, Now what the police did, they did raid a number of locations to Ross. Late Monday afternoon, including the mobile home on Barrett Road, where that's where his mom lives. His mom lives on Barrett Road, and he have a mobile home back there also, y'all. And the adjacent trailer where Charlotte Center was found. Charlotte was found in his mama backyard in his trailer. Ain't that something? How low can you go? The whole time, the baby back there. Okay. The government also said that a vehicle registration for Ross also listed an address that was short distance from the resident. He know these. He got to see them. He don't stay too far from them, y'all. So how long had this been playing with him? When the last time he been over their house? That's something to think about. So we're gonna take a look at this video, and after that, we're gonna tell our reaction. Okay, check this out. I'm thinking that he know them. He don't stay that far from them. Hold on, guys.
Found after disappearing from Moreau Lake State Park over in New York on Saturday. New York State Police announced that a suspect's now been taken into custody over that incident on Monday night. Sena is currently safe and healthy and was taken to a hospital for evaluation. Officials over in New York provided this update late last night.
This gift to all of us, and it is the people standing here with me that remind me why I'm so proud to be the governor of the state. Incredible men and women who were relentless in their pursuit of finding this little girl. Yesterday, I held Charlotte's parents in my arms. David and Trish, I went to the campsite. I saw the place that she had just been a joyful little girl the day before, riding her bike, because I was on the road she rode her bike on, saw where she left it. And her parents were just so overcome with sadness and grief. And as a parent, I thought my own heart was breaking. And I said to them, I promise you this, we will bring Charlotte home to you. And as each hour went on, hope faded, because we all know the stories. The first 24 hours, there's hope. When you hit 48 hours, hope starts to wane. But when Charlotte disappeared in Moreau State Park, it was every parent's worst nightmare. But I knew I would be able to have assembled the team of individuals who would not stop. And I want to thank at this moment the individuals gathered here tonight and all the men and women across this state that they represent. And the FBI brought in their specialized trained individuals all the way from Washington to help with this search. But I want to thank Deputy Superintendent Richard Allen, Lieutenant Colonel James Barnes, Lieutenant Colonel Richard Mazzone, Major Dennis Shager, for their work. The New York State Park Police, Colonel Michael Dodona, the Office of Parks and Historic Preservation, Chief of Staff Randy Simons, Saratoga County Sheriff's Department, Lieutenant Jeffrey O'Connor, the Schenectady County Sheriff's Office, represented by the Schenectady Police Department, Police Department of Schenectady, Detective Sergeant Bradley Carlton, the Federal Bureau of Investigation Acting Agent in Charge, Alfred Watson, who I met yesterday on site, New York State Department of Corrections and Community Services, Acting Commissioner Daniel Marticello, New York State Department of Environmental Conservation Forest Rangers, Basil Sagos. As I mentioned, when you hit that 48-hour moment, you realize it's going to be tough. And you start thinking the worst. But what happened was extraordinary. The case started to break at 4:20 a.m. this morning, when the family's home that was being guarded by state police, when the parents were still starting another day at the campsite where they'd last seen their daughter. 4:20 a.m. The car pulls up to a mailbox. Something is left. State police immediately go to the mailbox and identify what is a ransom note that had been left behind for Charlotte. State police worked diligently trying to find a match for a fingerprint. First one tried and wasn't successful. Second one was to identify any other prints in the New York State database that would be a match. The hit came at 2:30 in the afternoon. There had been a DWI in 1999 in the city of Saratoga. A fingerprint was found that matched what was found on the ransom note. So, a little more research work to identify the location and identifying the fact that there was a home they could visit. They found a double-wide house with a woman, the suspect's mother. The suspect lived in the camper behind. They had what they call a dynamic entry, a tactical maneuver, and within the camper, they located the suspect. After some resistance, the suspect was taken into custody, and immediately the little girl was found in a cabinet, cupboard. She was rescued, and she knew she was being rescued. She knew that she was in safe hands. Her parents were immediately notified. This occurred at 6:32 this evening. The suspect, 47-year-old male named Craig Nelson Ross Jr., is still being questioned. At this moment, charges have not been brought, but they are fully expected. The daughter was transported to local hospital, as is customary. And that's all the family wishes to reveal at this time. But they are united. She is in good hands. She appeared to be outwardly physically unharmed at the time. But we'll leave the rest of this information about little Charlotte to her family at a time they deem appropriate. Often these stories don't end up like this. Every second is key. There's a lot of pressure. Split decisions are made. Because not just a life is hanging in the balance, but a little innocent child's life is hanging in the balance. So to the teams behind me, you work quickly. You work with great urgency. You put it together, the puzzle pieces. You're able to track down the location of Charlotte through technology. But ultimately, it was the two SWAT teams, one federal, one state, that landed in helicopters in Ballston Spa to rescue Charlotte. Still pretty overwhelming because all of us feared the worst. But I promise Trish and Dave, they be reunited with little Charlotte once again, and she see her two sisters, one 10, one 4 years old. And obviously it's a traumatic event for the family and certainly Charlotte. And we'll continue to keep this family in our prayers as they heal. But she'll be going home. That's the story. Charlotte will be going home. That's all I have to say on the details. Certainly there'll be many more coming out with respect to the suspect and how that case will proceed. But I want to thank the media for their intense interest and the 400 volunteers who would not give up. Don't know how many cases.
2 helicopters. Was the arrest affected by the helicopters or was the ground?
The
arrest wasn't done by helicopter because of the seriousness of this incident. We brought in sword operators from throughout the state, and to expedite this, because obviously it was very time sensitive, we flew about 10 of our sword operators from downstate to be here to help with this entry. We normally operate about 6 or 8 people on a team. We had probably 20 sword operators make this entry with an FBI regional SWAT team.
Tell them what the SWORD stands for.
What SWORD stands for is our Special Operations Response Team. They are like most agencies have a SWAT team. We do that type of thing with our SWORD operators. They're full time in that capacity, but they also do other things that normal SWAT teams don't do. We respond to high angle rescue and different things with that team. They're a highly trained, highly capable unit that we use for just this type of thing. This is what they train for. This is what they live for, is to make entries like this and save someone's life.
All right, thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
I have 2 questions. Does this affect how camera alerts are sent out? Because was there a delay this time? Because a lot of people are asking about that. Is the park back open tomorrow?
We'll have to get back to you on that. I would assume it'll probably be back open, but
Wow, they just walked out of there. Well, y'all dead. I'm gonna see, can I find the notes? Okay. Let's see, do they have the note out here so we can look at the note? Look at them, y'all. Look at them. Ooh, let's see, can we find that note? Let's see. I wish I could find that note. Something with the note on that, y'all. I wish we could find.
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta.
Okay, hold on. Let me connect y'all. Hold on for this. Count up to this.
At this hour and what's happening this morning. Hey, Ron.
Yeah, so often these abductions do not have an ending that results in the successful rescue. Charlie, what happened yesterday? So New York police now saying that the 47-year-old suspect, now ID'd as Craig Ross Jr., was arraigned just hours ago on a charge of first-degree kidnapping. He was arrested after police raided his camper less than an hour's drive away from where the abduction happened. That was in Saratoga Springs. So little Charlotte was found safe, hiding in a cupboard, taken to a local hospital. Police ID'd Ross, they say, after he left his fingerprints on a ransom note. They also witnessed him stuffing the note in the mailbox of the girl's family home. Charlotte went missing during that family camping trip in Glens Falls on this past weekend, causing a weekend-long search with the help of 400 search and rescue personnel. They had drones, helicopters, search dogs as well. As you can imagine, the family is overjoyed.
It's just a wonderful family. No one deserves this, but it's very sad to think that they're going through this right now.
She is just a sweet, adorable girl.
So the investigation is still ongoing. The suspect is being held without bail. After that brief stay in the hospital, Charlotte was released and was reunited, you guys, with her very grateful family.
And that's a good thing, y'all, that we got little Charlotte back. I'm so glad that little girl was okay, y'all. I appreciate the suspect, Craig, not doing anything to her. And I hope he gets some help, the help that he needs also. So y'all just put it, I'm just dropping by and y'all just put in y'all comments, okay? Appreciate y'all being here.